October on the 6th, and that is the full moon in Aries, 11:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your needs matter too. Balance the scales of give and take. Things come to a boil. This is the blood moon. This is a hot and spicy moon. It's going to be square Jupiter, so Jupiter makes everything bigger. This is pedal to the metal energy because Aries wants to go, charge ahead, but Libra is across from it because a full moon is in opposition. And Libra wants to balance things out and make sure everything's harmonious and of value. So, but there's going to be a drive to move forward, and your full commitment is going to be required. If you can't give your full commitment, that's okay. Just be willing to get out of the situation, okay? Now, we want to make moon water a couple days before would be a great time, or whenever you remember, to fill maybe a mason jar, something with a cover, and fill it with water and let it sit in a window. Let it get the rays of the moon. This is going to be an intense one though. So Aries full moon, we know it's going to affect us the whole week. We know that Aries is ruled by Mars, the original ruler of Scorpio. So we just got this intensity of Mars, of Pluto, of Scorpio energy this month, even though the sun hasn't even gotten into Scorpio yet. On the 6th, we had Mercury, the planet of communication, moving into Scorpio. So basically, right around, okay, so Mercury moves into Scorpio right after lunch, and then the full moon peaks in the evening, okay? So that's why I keep saying there's so much Pluto, there's so much Scorpio energy going on, there's so much Mars energy. This is intense energy. Mars in Greek mythology, god of war. Pluto in Greek mythologies, Hades, okay? So there's an intensity. Mercury's going to move into the water sign of Scorpio from 10/6 to 10/29. It will move back again later in November because of a Mercury retrograde. We're going to talk more about that. This is a great time for research and investigation, troubleshooting, and honoring your hunches because this is a psychic placement when Mercury's in Scorpio. I was born with it there. Even if you weren't born with it there, it's in the air. You're going to feel it. So you want to trust feeling. There's going to be people who are not telling you the whole truth. You may be getting a heavy edited story, but you'll get down to the bottom of it because you will feel it. Okay. So please trust feeling. Very important always, but especially this week. Now, this week has a great day on Wednesday the 8th, and you want to mark your calendar for Wednesday the 8th because Venus, harmony, diplomacy, balance, relationships, value, is going to be sextile, positive aspect to Jupiter, planet of luck and blessings. So good things can arrive. This is when good things like grants, scholarships, startup money, maybe somebody wants to invest in you. This is when things can show up. Remember that you're worth the investment. 10/8, mark your calendar. Then we will have the weekend. So we have a Gemini weekend. The moon will be in Gemini Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It'll move into Cancer. Now on the 11th, Venus is going to be opposite Saturn. So Venus, harmony, relationships, balance, diplomacy, opposite Saturn. And Saturn is, you know, he's the Lord of the Zodiac. And Saturn, I've been calling him lately because, you know, people think Saturn wants to destroy their life, but Saturn is actually a builder. And so I often think of him as a building inspector, right? He will go through, check all the boxes. Have you done everything you need to do? Venus opposite Saturn isn't the easiest time. So it is a good time to face your truth in your relationships, or it's also a good time to end a relationship. If you're looking for a romance, this is not necessarily the biggest weekend for it. Wait until Venus enters Libra on October 13th, which is Monday, and it'll be there through November 6th. That's when there will be more romantic and sensual energy in the air. So this weekend of the 10th, 11th, 12th, might want to do your own thing, or maybe there's some relationships that do have expired by this point. Now, I'm going to put a couple cards on the table here. So we can look at this week, this full moon week, see what's going on here. I haven't looked at any of these cards yet. Let's see what we've got. I'm pulling a few from each pile here with the relative tarot, the relative oracle, which I really like. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's put that one in the middle. All right. I've got the chance card. This is feels like a Sagittarius card, okay? This looks like somebody gambling, taking a chance. But remember, you have that beautiful Venus sextile Jupiter day on the 8th. And I also love that the moon moves into Taurus that day, which feels like more value. And so you've got a chance card here. There's possibility that things could fall, that you could luck out, okay? Let's see what your next card is. You've got the Death card, which does rule other people's resources. So we see changes with the Death card. Of course, we got the Death card. It's more Scorpio energy, more Scorpio and Mars energy. I'm the type of person that when I get the Death card, I think it's a good thing. All right. So please don't take this as a negative. There's a lot of power here. I personally feel that Scorpio is the strongest sign of the zodiac. There's a quiet power to a Scorpio. They're feelers and they know. And so we've got this powerful Death card showing up next to this card of chance. All right. There's a lot of possibility for financial gain for you this week. You've got the 5 of Swords here as your other card of the week. 5 is a number of change. Swords is the air element. We know we had a lot of air energy going on, especially last week. 5 of Swords. This looks like a father and his 2 sons. They kind of look like they're like gangsters here. And so there's something here. They don't look like you want to mess with them. And we know that Swords has a lot to do with conversation, and we know that we have to be very careful with our words right now. So don't take any chances. You don't want to destroy any relationships unless you really know that this is the time for something to end, because we do have that Saturn opposite Venus energy going on. But there's a lot of power here. Choose wisely, and there could be great financial gain for you this week.